everybody, to the SquadOps 4 Ops 1 Couch podcast. This is episode 7. We have with us tonight our guests, Appa and Inkki. Say hi, Appa and Inkki.
Hello.
Hello.
It is me.
And we have the normal crew plus one Sultan Man. That is Aussie Wookie. That is Frost. That is Sultan Man. And that is Fire Valor. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
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 Tonight is brought to you by our sponsor, Blue Chew, for when she needs you to get it up. Blue Chew. Not to be confused with gas station Rhino pills, as Fire pointed out earlier. Also,
I remember when Dashby's balls dropped, and I realized I've been here too long. This is.
thanks for that soundbite, Karma. We appreciate it. So, as I said before, we've got App and Inkki. I'm going to go down the list of stuff we have for this upcoming week because we've got a lot. There is a lot of stuff coming up this week. Tomorrow we have Operation Cleanup Crew, which I believe is a new op. It's a JSOC militia op on I think it's Fallujah night. I think they're gonna debut the NVG stuff again with the Ranger kits. So that should be a lot of fun. If you want to check out any of that mess, please do so. Looking for some signups for that. We also have on Wednesday we have Scorpion Mating. That's kind of an older op, but it's also a really fun one. CAF versus Insurgents. And then Saturday, so not this weekend, but next weekend, we have 2 back-to-back external community operations that we're going to be bringing a bunch of people to. So if you want to play those, you should sign up now. That is Super Fob Saturday. That's going to be Operation Bedrock. And then on Sunday, we have an AWS course. It's the first time it's been open to the public. If you guys have BASIC, you want to look at the new Advanced Weapons System course, you should check it out. But later on Sunday, we have Scenario Sunday, which is Velmolen Vanguard. I don't know much about what that one is, other than it's supposed to be World War II op. So it'll be World War II on Squad. They ported everything over that they can think of from Squad 44, maps, infantry kits, assault weapons, bazookas, tanks, you name it, they've got it. I'm not entirely sure what they're going to be having here, other than maybe some half-tracks and jeeps and some armor, but it'll be a good time. Again, if you want to check those out, sign up now. We need sign-ups so we know how many people to expect. Anything I'm missing on that front, Culper?
No, I think you did a good job covering it.
Okay. We also have tonight, of course, the wonderful Culper, and we have Mystic. So thank you for joining us, Mystic. I think this is the second one you've made so far. So thank you for coming out tonight and helping us, shill this podcast as much as you, normally do. I don't have any other announcements. Looks like that's it. So without further ado, Appa, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hello, I am Appa, whichever way you want to say it. I'm so honored to be here with a sponsor of this magnitude. I'm so honored. And to be representing the Finnish that we have in the SquadOps. I believe it's still 2. Not correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I've been here since I had to look it up 2017. Been active a bit like on and off. My first operation was also around that time. What have I done here? That's a good question. I had a brief stint as a server admin, 3 years ago, I believe. Then I've mainly been a regular, doing a bunch of ops then and there, and for the past, let's say, 8 to 6 months, I've been Morgan's and Rose's thorn on the side whenever I needed to ask for something relating to modding. I've been very successful at that, I would say. But yeah, I'm currently just mainly making sure that the FDF project in the squad is gonna be released at some point. That's what I am most excited about, finally getting that playable. And in our ops, I would love to get some Finnish assets like we have already had. For example, the KP mine that is usable at the moment. But yeah, stay tuned. We should have some new content. Hopefully, this at least this year. We're gonna ramp up our dev time on that project. Yeah.
Awesome. And Inkki, do you mind introducing yourself a little bit?
Yeah. Hello, I'm Inkki, and I'm the second Finnish guy. I think Apa was here before me. I joined 2018 and first op around that time, but mainly started to play in the ops at 2020.
Awesome. And you're currently a AM for SOT. Is that right?
Yes, I'll do short stuff, and I'm a quite regular commander in our ops.
You are. All right. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. I mean, we've got a few questions. I know that you have kind of a flow chart template thing, and I'll try to stick to that as much as possible, but I tend to dilly-dally here and there. So as the kind of conversations flow naturally, we'll progress through it. Thank you both again for being here. I know it's what 4 a.m. there, 4:40, something like that. So
no, it's still like 3:40,
3:40.
so it's manageable. Yeah.
Oh, it's only
That's-
3:30.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
still
As
not
you can
still
see.
not great. So thank you guys for coming out and staying up a little later for us or getting up a little earlier, whichever way the bed shook out today. So we appreciate it. I guess the first question I have is, what is it like being a Finnish person in a primarily North American server? I would say that 60% of the people here are either from the Canada, US, or Mexico, and obviously it's not well represented by the Nordic tribes up there. So what is it like being here from Finland?
Well, I can perhaps start. It's interesting, obviously, but the reason I guess I got the whole thing appealed to me was just to have the connection to American people, and I was always, well, I'm gonna do some generalization, but I would say that Finnish people have always kind of looked up to Americans in, popular culture and this sort of things that we found you pretty cool. Let's just put it that way. And yeah, Western values, whatever, we're pretty aligned on that front. When it comes to SquadOps in general, I would say it was easier a couple years ago. I would say when I had more free time to attend session 2 times and what all. And when we used to have like session 1 and 2 at the same day, I would like join the European times, and then I would like power through session 2, being like a zombie almost. But that's the well, I can't say youthful because I'm pretty young still, but that's the stupid me, just playing video games to very late mornings. But yeah, did I answer the question? I am like still.
No,
it's
you're
my
good. That's a
nice
good
brain.
answer. That's a good answer. I think that for sure the kind of values and thought process for that kind of Western demographic definitely extends across to Finland, and you know,
And it's interesting that y'all look up to American culture, and then we kind of have a subset of people that really dig Finnish culture too. Like, I can't show guns on stream. Like I have a Finnish Mosin sitting behind me. Like they're super
can.
popular in the. Oh yeah.
you can. Yeah. Just make sure it's empty.
Heck
Just
yeah.
show it empty. You're good. Yep, that's fine.
Very pretty
Looks a little
Finnish
bit modified on
M39.
the finishing, but
No,
yeah.
this is This
Really?
is real stock. The 1940. This is early continuation war or whatever.
No.
This is original stock. But
Guess I've
yeah,
just
it's
seen
weird.
very
It's kind
grainy
of
pictures.
interesting that y'all y'all uh look up to American values, and there's a lot of people here in the U.S. that kind of look to Finnish values too. Of it's cool.
Yeah, and a little bit more on this. Like, I feel like Finnish branding altogether has perhaps maybe increased a little in the last 15 to 10 years. I would say, like, to worldwide audiences. It's not just Nokia and well, what else would you know? Linux. I feel like
Santa
the
Claus.
the whole sauna culture, which I'm
Sure.
representing at the moment, so you know where I'm from. This is actually a indie horror video game, but it's still not out, by the way. But yeah, sauna and Moomins, they're probably
Oh,
not
of
for
course,
American
yeah.
audiences, but at least Europeans, British people usually recognize the
We
Moomins.
had a there was an English translation of the Moomins that actually
Yeah,
was somewhat cult hit.
yeah, and there's also like a whole new series that like got published like 5 years ago, I believe. It was international thing.
Hmm.
A lot of money put into it. Just the animation still. Oh, and by the way, to answer the question in chat about I can't even pronounce it. Surströmming.
I haven't gotten to the questions in chat yet, but go for it.
Yeah, the cuckoo just said, is it surströmming? Is it only a Swedish thing? Yes, I would say mostly, but you know we still have it in Finland, which is like it's rotten herring, essentially. So yeah, it's mostly Swedish thing, as the name for it would suggest. It's a Swedish word.
Do you guys have the shark thing too? It's like shark that you hang up.
Sharks.
I think
Well,
I've heard
no,
of that.
but it's shark that's hung up because you can't eat it while it's raw or cooked. You have to like hang it for a period of time
Well,
for
first of all, we
some
don't
chemical to
have
break down.
sharks,
Oh, you have
so
the
we can.
yeah, you do.
Okay.
I think you do.
Well,
Yeah, you do. That's the.
where do, where do you think you got Finland from?
That's we are just Japanese slash
I'm looking it up
Chinese
right now.
fishing waters after
So
all.
the one I'm talking about is the blunt nose six-gill shark. They turn that into a. It's not specifically Finland, but they
Oh
turn that
yeah,
into a.
that's a Finnish delicacy. Of course I know what that is.
They turn it into
What is?
like a jerky basically, but they like hang it outside. I saw it on an episode of Anthony Bourdain.
Inkki, do you know what that is?
It's a thing. I think they do it in northern Norway, but not in our side.
What's it
Yeah,
called?
because we don't. Once again, we don't have
Uh,
shark in the.
Carl?
Can
Carl?
you just
Hakarl?
haikara? Mitä?
Yeah, it's a
Hakar? Yeah, that's
Scandinavian shark dish.
yeah. If that's the word, then that's a Norwegian word to begin with. So
Oh, gotcha. Well, apparently it's in
because we don't have that
Finland,
letter in Finnish alphabet.
Norway, Sweden, and more specifically Iceland, but apparently it is in Finland. Huh, anyway.
Yeah, once again, we do not have access to the northern ice sea. We lost that in the continuation war. Just
Oh, okay.
just
Sorry to bring
just
up a recent terrible memory of the last 100 years.
yeah, very
Apologies.
recent
The last
Thanks.
100 years. My apologies. My
Yeah.
apologies.
They'll get it back.
It's
don't
fine.
worry.
Sure, yeah, we'll get it back.
Well, I know you guys have the Lapland region up there. It's a place that I've wanted to go hunt reindeer, but I don't think I'll ever be allowed to go up there to hunt reindeer. But
Probably also shouldn't. Most of the reindeer is like owned by private people.
Really? Oh well.
Yes.
Most of
Hmm.
So don't do that. First of all,
Well, no, you
unless
do a guided hunt and you do the whole thing. I've done it in Australia and a couple
you
of other
can
places.
come
It's been
hunt
interesting.
moose to southern Finland. That's a thing.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I know a place.
Canada
Um,
owns all the reindeer.
Yeah,
This is
it's yeah. Reindeer Mafia, which is actually a Finnish series that just came out a couple of years ago. It's not nothing to do with reindeers, by the way. It's just a funny
Wow.
coincidence. Yeah, but it's shot in Lapland. Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyhow,
fair enough.
I was just there to subpoena, so.
A cease and desist order from Blue Chew. Is that what it was?
Yeah, they did us quick. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
They got it.
Quickly use your the promo code that we haven't posted. Just keep putting in numbers and letters until something comes up.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. We should have actually gone to a different podcast, find their promo code, and then use
And just
theirs.
link it.
Yeah.
and then demand
my
money
goodness.
that we shared the link. That's
Yeah,
the way
hey,
to do it.
hey, we helped you out, man. You know, where's our?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Perfect.
that's the Finnish
So-
in.
I've got a question for you guys. So if I was going to go to Finland, say this upcoming year, not 2025, 2026, what would be like the things that someone should go see specifically?
Well, first of all, we're not the people to ask that question. We're probably not the most outgoing Finnish people, but yeah,
Right. But I'm sure you hear people say you should go see this, and you're like, I would like to stay inside.
honestly, if you want to see Finnish nature at its like fullest, any of our like national, what's the word? I've forgotten English major, by the way. Gotta put it out there.
National parks?
It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm
national
already
parks.
finished, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, but I study English. I should
Oh, okay.
probably know. Yeah, national parks. Because yeah, most of Finnish forest is privately owned, and it's not like you know how that goes.
Fair enough.
But national parks are definitely a good place to start if you want to like have them experienced nature at its fullest. But obviously, something that perhaps I think it's a Nordic thing, but you can go to any private forest and you can go pick berries, mushrooms, and you can eat them. That's like a regular thing, and it's a right in Finland. You can just go pick berries, and that's a whole experience that you don't get anywhere else, I would say.
I think it's a Scandinavian thing because I've heard that for Sweden as well.
Yeah, but I gotta point it out early on stream because I'm sure some Finnish viewers will be triggered. I say Nordic because that's the correct term. Scandinavia only relates to the Scandinavian mountains, which are only Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. That's not a thing you would know, but just for our American listeners, it's the Nordic countries, and that's Iceland also as well under that umbrella term.
But if you wanna visit in the winter, it's better to rent a cottage than go to a hotel in like Helsinki or something. So it's better to go a little bit up north, since Helsinki is more about like everywhere else. But if you go to the northern regions of Finland, you'll have more fun, at least in my opinion.
And are you
Yeah.
both from southern Finland, or are you both from northern Finland? I don't want to dox you, so if you don't want to answer the question, you don't have to. But I'm just asking for
No,
relative.
you can dox me. It's fine. Inkki is representing the northern Finnish people, and I'm the southwestern. But I'm now currently living in eastern Finland.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So, yeah, we know the whole country, I guess, in layman terms.
Fair enough. All right. What? Okay. So, Inkki, what is your favorite Finnish food to eat? If you're going to tell someone this is what you should eat while you're here, what would you eat? And if you say, I don't know, salmon soup, I might be a little disappointed. I need something unique.
Hot
That's
dog,
like-
hamburger.
Well,
If you are
first of all-
ordering in a restaurant, like I cannot make it that good, but like making reindeer is kind of hard to not make it bad. But if you order a reindeer in restaurant, you should be get some good meal out of that.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
My answer to that question would be don't ask about our culinary experiences. We're not really known for that. However, if you really wanna, well, reindeer stew, that's like the second most basic thing to experience. Um, it's essentially deer with extra steps and red noses. Mm, other, I would say Karelian pastries, pretty basic as well, but also like the Eastern Finnish cuisine is, I guess, the most different of the bunch. It has more, well, obviously more Russian Uralic traditions, obviously. Um, and to the west of Finland, we obviously have influences from Swedish cuisine. And north, well, yeah, it's reindeers and stew. South, if you go southern Finland, it's essentially any major city that has all the foods of the world. So, long-winded answer, I would say just book like a or just look up a guide on the internet and you'll like get a list of 10 things to try because that's about how many different food combinations we might have.
Fair enough.
We're not really known for our food tradition. That's the thing.
No, things are a little salty and not too healthy. At least the really traditional ones.
I mean, that sounds like a McDonald's here, so I wouldn't worry about it too much.
I would say, yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. So we have a question from Boomhauer for both of you. Which would you guys rather play, Squad or Arma? What's your favorite between the two?
I joined like SquadOps because of Arma, kinda. Since Finland we have a big group called Arma Finland that does a lot of Arma missions, but I really don't like Arma that much. At least Arma 3 at the moment, and I find SquadOps easier to play than Arma operations. So I would prefer Squad at the moment.
I'm gonna feel like a traitor saying this, but at the moment I feel that I'm very addicted to Armor Reforger at the moment. So there's your answer. But currently, squad ops like one live events are definitely something I tune out in squad at the moment. I tried out the Unreal 5, but I immediately went back to playing Reforger that day, and I uninstalled because I needed space on my computer. But well, the thing is, I'm from Project Reality. If you know the game,
Hell yeah.
predecessor for Squad. I played that when I was like 13 years old. Um, I'm not sure what that tells you, but like I've played a squad type title for so long, and Arma to me is a bit more newer. I only played Arma 2 a little bit. Then I went immediately to Arma 3. I have a couple thousand hours in that game, but I mainly just made missions. Some Zeus missions as well. But now I feel like Reforger is that great balance of like what you want from squad, but a little the combined arms aspect is more. It's at least it's. I feel like it's gonna be more closer to what you would expect from squad. And also the engine that Arma Reforger runs at, it's so much more optimized to any modern FPS at the moment. It's just, yeah. But for sure, I will play squad in Unreal 5 in the future. But yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What's Finnish McDonald's like? That's a question from chat.
Do you want the answer to what the Finnish McDonald's experience is, or the Finnish brand for a fast food restaurant?
How about both?
Well, only been to a Finnish McDonald's. I haven't, because McDonald's isn't really known for their quality in Finland. I mean, I've
Oh, same
heard
here.
from
They're not really known for their quality anywhere.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
I don't think
But
they're
I've-
going to be a sponsor anytime soon, so I think we're okay to say that.
fair
Hey,
enough.
don't rule it out.
Yeah.
You can get the
What's your
Captain
blood sugar?
Morgan. You get the Captain Morgan meal.
I
At
don't know, man. I
McDonald's.
think if we pick up McDonald's, we gotta drop Blue Chew, man.
We're going for Raisin Canes. For Raisin Canes, I do the Post Malone deal.
Blue Chew has been there since the start, though. We gotta
Mm.
ride or die that one.
They've helped me
But-
out of a jam once or twice.
Literally
But-
and figuratively,
Yeah.
Blue Chew or McDonald's?
both.
They're both. The grease can be used in both areas. It's fine.
But yeah, I've heard from foreigners coming to Finland that the McDonald's is apparently better than in America / the rest of the world. It's very hard to believe that because I've been to McDonald's in Finland and I feel like it's very trash. However, the fast food brand that it's kind of like the go-to, it's hard to say. It's mixed feelings in Finland as well, but it's called Hesburger. Yep, in Finland, and it's basically McDonald's, but if the inventor just wanted mayonnaise on everything. Finnish people love their mayonnaise in their hamburgers, their fries, and it's honestly it's disgusting. But I just had Hesburger like an hour ago. It was good.
And
Yeah.
is this your favorite fast food restaurant in Finland?
When I'm drunk, yes, but flavor-wise, no.
There's
It's
not
hard to
much
say.
competition.
You're kind of limited. Got it. Okay.
Got it.
It's okay. Your other alternative is a drive-by on a reindeer, right?
Yeah, and you also have to hunt your reindeer while you're doing the drive-by with your hunting rifle. It's very homemade. But I would say it's hard to say because we got a lot of Western brands. But I feel like at least the region where I'm originally from, Tampere, which is like the 4th largest city, I would say the wings culture over there is pretty good. We have Poppamies, hot sauces, and what's I just forgot the Inkki, do you remember?
Siipiveikot?
Yeah,
Yes,
siipiveikot.
Lemon pepper.
I can type it in chat for those who maybe visit Tampere later. But
If
I would
if
say
if you want some hot sauce, send me your address. I'll go to the Tabasco factory here in South Louisiana and pick you some up and send it your way.
I don't really
I feel like
Tabasco.
Finnish hot
Tabasco, I'm
sauce
sorry.
Finnish hot sauce, I feel like would be pretty cool. Like, I feel like it's one of those things where they made it out of survival. They're like, no, this will heat your body up. Like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
It'll cause
That's
a
how-
chemical reaction that'll let you sweat. I got it.
Yeah.
Like it's like they got a little like the dog running out there with the barrel full of brandy, but instead of brandy, it's just
Just hot
mega,
sauce.
mega death sauce.
Hey, that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
6,000 Scovilles or whatever it is.
60 million.
So you're not. I'm assuming by you saying that you're not a Tabasco fan, that you're not a vinegar-based hot sauce fan. Then
Generally,
you can say the truth,
no.
You can say it.
But
You say it. Yeah.
the sauces
Okay.
that I recommended, they are vinegar based, but it's only on wings. But like
So another-
Tabasco is it's just not a good tasting sauce. I'm sorry.
another thing that we have down here is what's called pepper jelly. I'll send you some of that as well.
Ooh,
Yeah, sure.
fresh
send
pepper
it my way.
jelly.
That's the good stuff right there.
So send me your address and I'll ship it out to you.
Take a nice cracker, put some cream cheese, and pepper jelly.
Or a soft cheese of any kind. Could be brie, could be anything like
Whatever
that.
you
Some
want.
pepper
Soft
jelly
cheese.
on there.
I like it. I like a nice cream cheese.
Blue cheese.
The
Blue
fuck?
cheese might be a little funky.
Yeah.
Aura blue cheese. That's
Okay.
the thing.
I love blue cheese, but not with pepper jelly. That is not going to be a good
You
combo.
need to try the based Aura brand in Finland. That's the blue cheese that every blue cheese hater tries and they actually fall in love.
Oh well, it's not
I
a
think
matter of liking blue cheese. It's a matter of is
it
a
doesn't
sweet
match.
pepper jelly gonna match with blue cheese? But listen, you put that shit
what
on
you gotta
whatever it
do.
is you want to put on it. It don't
Whatever
matter
you
to me.
feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandfather used to make cottage cheese and peanut butter sandwiches. There's
Yeah, Depression era food's weird. My grandpa used to make
Yeah.
peanut butter and mustard sandwiches,
He was
and he
born in
still eats them to
47.
this
He's
day.
not Depression era, okay?
Oh.
He's
my grandpa was. All right.
Just peanut butter on a tortilla.
Who had money for tortillas?
Yeah, okay.
Bread,
Rich guy.
That's all
whatever.
I eat.
What are you,
Look at a
rich?
little rich boy over here, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Ate peanut butter straight with a spoon.
Spoon? You had a spoon?
It
was a hand me down.
The whole family got one spoon. We had to share.
What was
All right.
our original question? I already forgot.
This is the
was weird too.
this thing becomes. So I'm going to circle back to our topic list. Also, I want to point out I've been seeing Ozzy sneak pieces of food for quite some time. I asked him finally what it was. He's apparently eating hot cross buns.
Well, it's
Just so
gone.
everybody can.
That's
Hot cross
not
buns.
there
Disgusted.
Hot cross
Not there
buns.
anymore.
Say that again, but slower.
Yeah, I
Hot
don't even
cross
understand.
buns.
What the fuck is a hot cross bun? Like
are you
the
gonna bring
song?
some?
You've lost me. I
No,
have no idea.
It's literally a bun that has like a cross of icing and is it's like a
Oh.
savory deliciousness. It's
These look delicious.
You're gonna have to bring some to Texas, there, bud.
It's like a it's like a very like cinnamon. It's not a cinnamon roll though, but it's like a sweet cinnamon flavor without being, in your face.
Okay.
And then people put, you can get some good ones where they put like chocolate stuff in them, and then you get the ones that your parents make where they put raisins, and you're really excited, and then you bite into it and you figure out it's not a chocolate chip, it's a raisin, and you're just devastated.
I'm glad that's
So is it more like
internationally
a muffin
recognized.
than a bun?
Hey?
Is it more like a muffin then? So does it have
Nah.
the doughy consistency of bread, or is it like cakey like a muffin?
All right, we've already investigated
to bread.
Australia's backwardness. Let's go. Let's go
That's
back.
true.
To Finland.
All right, emu, got it.
I'll bring some to the States and then I get arrested
Okay.
at the border because I don't know what it is. So like, nah,
Yeah,
this is a weapon.
Fair enough.
Well, we
A
can't.
weapon.
You can't take cultural items out of Australia. They might stop you at. the
All right,
gate.
all right.
Well,
all right.
let's
So,
Anyway,
pocket
sorry.
spiders.
circling back here. So here in the U.S., we don't have a conscription law. So what we have is, volunteer only. And so like Frost is current active duty. I'm medically retired, and Ozzy is active duty Australia. You guys don't have conscription laws there either, correct? It's just volunteer
Nah,
only.
no.
Yeah.
Volunteer.
But I know Finland does. So how did that affect you
yes.
guys?
How does it affect us? Well, Inkki, do you have any answer to this question?
I had it easy, or I was already excited to go before I went. But if you have been in the service, there's many people that don't want to be there, but some get used to it and some don't.
And to add to that, I would say pre 2022, it was definitely more common for people to not want to do the conscription. You have essentially you have three options. You have the civil service option where you do civil you have courses that mandatory, but they're actually kind of useful, that are related to public health, like guard duties. What's the word? You basically get education on what to do when shit hits the fan, but you're a civilian. Essentially, that's kind of the point of the.
Kind of like a militia sort of thing. Is that?
It's not an armed thing.
Sure.
It's like, well, yeah. If militia is people who are making sure the country still runs, that sort of thing, I would say. But then the second option, which is both of these are still half and half. perhaps conscription is still more common, which is doing your military service. Just because, well, it's kind of, it's usually, it has like, well, what's the word? Boys are expected to go to the army, and if you don't go there, like, this is the toxic men, I would say. But if you don't go to the army, you're nothing, essentially, kind of thinking of the olden ways. So boys usually tend to go to the army, and for the past 5 to 10 years, I would say women also they can volunteer, and it's pretty common. And its current discussion is that should well, women also be conscripted, like mandatory. But like overall, like it's more like people actually want to do conscription now because of the actual threat, or like the little nudge, hey, by the way, your neighbor is still there. sort of thing that's going on, that definitely has benefited the military conscription. But yeah, and the third option is that you go to jail for a half a year, I believe, or you get locked, like what's the, you get like an ankle
House
bracelet,
arrest.
or yeah, house arrest. So there's 3 options of doing that, but I would say definitely it does affect you in the way that your education definitely gets halted by a year, because it's mandatory. But you can, like, if you have a pressing matter, you can just go to continue your studies and like do your conscription when you're 30.
So you can kind of
push
delay
it.
it over a period of time.
Yeah, if you have like a good reason to do it, you can do it. It's for example, if you're a professional athlete, or if you have a business or studies, whatnot. But yeah, I think that's like the main thing that affects like Finnish people, that we kind of lose that 1 year of our lives to a thing that is obviously needed. We can't defend our country if we don't have a reserve army. That's like our model.
That's fair.
But yeah, that's the reality that we are living with.
But once you are done, or you are still in the reserves, but there's not many like mandatory training days after that. So once you have done your year or half, you can rest quite easy, but depends on the specializations that you got in the forces.
So it's just 1 year of military service you have to do? That's it? Or
Depends on the specialization. So if you are like rifleman level, like private level, you usually get a half a year. But for specializations, you can have like 9 months or a year. But any leader position, NCO, or reserve officers will be a year at least.
okay.
Yeah.
And you can decide where you go a little bit. You can wish that I want to be a tank crewman, but sometimes, or most of the time, you don't really get what you want. You'll just get assigned to the role that they assigned you.
The first thing that you guys said when you started this conversation was there's people there that don't want to be there, and they don't find out they want to be there. They don't find out that they don't want to be there until after they get there. That is a universal experience. I want you to know that. I think Frost and Ozzy both can attest to knowing
I question it every day.
very many people who go through that same process in a volunteer force and go, "Oh yeah, I know what I'm signing myself up for," and then you get about 6 months in and you go, "Oh."
You're generally pretty lucky, because I think Stockholm syndrome kicks in after like it's something like 40 hours of continued.
No, it's 3 years. It's 3 years, and then you're kind of Stockholm syndrome in. They start flashing money at you again for, you know, re-signing.
And then you get
believe-
closer and
mm.
closer to like, hey, long service. You know, you're
Yeah.
10 years. Like,
Ooh.
You think was it
You
different
need-
after, like different in the Marine Corps or after 9/11? People's like attitude toward it.
I mean, to some extent, yeah. But the thing you got to remember, like, I don't know, Frost, you and I went through around the same time period.
Hmm.
The thing was there's 30% of the people that are there for that. There's 20% of the people that are there because they've got nowhere else to go, literally nowhere else to go.
Hmm.
And there's 20 to 30% of the people that want to be there for, you know, a life-altering reason. So they're getting free college, they're getting medical care, they're getting housing, they're getting, you know, guaranteed kind of social and demographic like step up. So you can go from like
Uplift,
lower class to middle class just by joining the military for 4 to 6 to 8 years. It's one of the progressors in the U.S. is, you know, achieving something in the military.
Well, almost all
You should
militaries
say
around the
same thing
world.
for Foster.
Yeah, no,
well,
I
pretty-
agree. I think the main thing is that, I mean, hell, 18 years ago, you know, I think the reason people served was because of sense of service, patriotism, country, you know, things like that. Nowadays, man, these new soldiers, nah, they're not doing it for the same reason I did it for. I mean, sometimes I question why I still do it.
They're doing it for the TikTok reels.
Oh
Mm,
my God, it was so horrible. Ugh.
The e-thoughts.
There's been
Yeah.
no bigger OPSEC violation than TikTok.
I was about to ask you, still like allowing that in the army?
It was never allowed to begin with.
Allowing.
It just
Allowing.
You're like, well, they can't live without it, so fuck it.
What
So they-
what Big Sarge don't find out, don't hurt him. That's the rule there.
which is incorrect. It hurts him later on when he
Barracks
finds
bunnies
out,
are
but it's
eternal.
too late. Barracks bunnies are eternal.
What were we saying? They're
yeah.
all international armies.
What does
Oh
that
yeah, I was gonna
have written across your chest? Chaos? Is that
chaos.
was that the
yeah.
okay? Yeah.
Don't rip on the chaos chick with a crucifix. It was perfect. No,
She
I
said she
think
loved you. I remember.
she didn't say that. I said that. I
Oh,
said
okay.
I'll save her. Yeah. I said I can take
I
you
can
away
fix
from
her.
all this.
I can
yeah.
fix her.
No, I think the military is pretty much like, especially
Banging 19-year-old
internationally,
privates.
the rule stays the same, that it's the biggest employer of unskilled labor. Like pretty much any other job
yeah.
would be like closest like to construction and stuff, but a lot of those other unskilled labor jobs can be supplemented with migrant workers, so you sort of have a harder competition. Whereas in the military, that's like, no, we need to make sure you're born here, blah blah blah. And then once you get in, it is one of those things where it can uplift you from a lower status to a higher status for just sheerly being like, no, we're gonna cover all these things. Like we're gonna cover your medical, we're gonna cover your food to a degree, and we're gonna cover your housing, which for some is like insane. Like that's a huge portion of their pay, or their livelihood is now being taken care of by something else.
I don't know how
And then
many Puerto
obviously-
Rican Marines we had, but if it was one, it was 100. There was.
Uh,
I know you're saying they're born here, but a lot of
Hey, man, if-
first generation
Puerto Ricans-
Hispanics joined the Marine Corps. I can tell you that.
Puerto Ricans are American.
I know, but just
Filipinos, I could like if you
It's
said
not a
Filipinos,
state.
I would have been.
it's not a state.
Just a heads up, you completely lost me again. I've been like phasing out for the past
Okay,
10
so-
minutes.
Okay, because Morgan just phased out too.
Let's give you something to kind of focus on. Why don't you tell us about your project? Why don't you tell us about this thing that you got kind of tuned up for us here? Do you want to stream your thing and kind of go through some of the project, and the guys can ask some questions as they see stuff come up?
I can stream my personal project. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, the map. Yeah.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me sort this thing out. I got this massive laptop in my face.
Well, while you're going, maybe we do a little Finnish lesson.
You just got flashbangs,
lesson.
by the way.
Yeah.
Finnish is
yeah.
really hard to
Inky,
speak.
here I'll message you this, Inky. You
Alright.
you tell me what this means.
Oh God.
No, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Just read it.
I can't speak Finnish. I tried.
Where's this?
You tried.
All right,
To begin with.
there you go.
Tried so hard.
Ah, all right. So
I have a feeling this is going to go downhill really fast. Go
No,
ahead.
no, it's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm
It's
scared.
fine. Go ahead,
it's
Inky.
That's fine.
it's like mitä serkumpi, sitä herkumpi. That means like the more cousin, the more tastier.
Why do we have to go Alabama on this?
Yeah.
It's an Alabama joke, but in Finnish.
Oh my god.
Goddamn.
All right,
That's
so
great.
mitä serkumpi? Sorry, say it again for me.
Mitä serkumpi, sitä herkumpi.
He's prepping it for his next family reunion. Don't worry.
You know.
Cuckoo wanted to know where does Finnish come from because he knows it's one of the few European languages that aren't Latin based.
I should probably know this. I'm studying linguistics.
It's
Uralic.
tribal language, isn't it?
Is it Russian based?
No, it's a complete different language. That's like yeah, it's based in Uralic people, which is like a whole different thing of itself. But basically, Hungarian, Estonian, Finnish, and Finnish, like derivative languages are kind of based in that tree. So not a whole lot of
From
relatives.
from the Ural, like the Ural mountain range,
Yes.
Uralic. Okay,
Yeah, that's where the word comes from.
was. I'm sorry, I got it.
Yeah, Uralic.
We can understand Estonians a little bit, but Romanians we cannot comprehend what they are saying.
So is Sami similar to Finnish then, or are they two completely different languages?
There's different Sami dialects. I can
Gotcha.
understand the Finnish one a little bit, but the other ones are not too easy.
Makes sense. I gotcha.
Yeah, to answer that a little bit more broader, the Sami people are like the northern tribe of Swedish, Norwegian, and Finnish. They have like their own small nation that's like recognized, but not. And it's like not official, but it's like the Sami people, and they have their own flag and language, and they have like different dialects of Sami. But
Gotcha.
yeah, it's a different language.
Very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, but I am a English linguistics, so I am not a professional on this topic. Only what I'm like forced to know from my other studies. Anyhow, Culper, do you have my screen?
Yep, it's up. Yep.
Yeah, as you can probably read from the bottom. This map is based on a map in Finland. And for those people who are quick on using Google Maps, it's going to be on the eastern side of Finland, and coincidentally, it's a city very close to me. But yeah, it's going to be a project that I'll be working on for how long it's going to need. Currently, I only have broad strokes. I have the actual one-to-one scale landscape that I got. It's from our official Finnish landscaping website.
The geospatial study.
Is that a website? Sorry.
Sure. Yeah, the U.S. has a thing called like the U.S. geospatial national whatever, where you can get like a topographical map of like anywhere in the U.S.
It'll be
Yeah, I
the
think
equivalent
that's-
of that because everybody
Yeah.
has one of those.
Yeah.
But
Essentially that.
you
It's
zoomed out
called
before and-
Maanmittauslaitos.
Yeah. You zoomed out before. Somebody's already played GeoGuessr and it's got 5K on it.
Yeah.
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 Nice one. But
Many
yeah, I'll
battles
try to-
have already been in this map, but in a different game.
Yeah, Inkki and me have been battling out on this city on combat mission Black Sea. I made a 2D version that the engine converts to 3D, and we've been doing like multiple sessions on that. So this is my attempt on doing it on Unreal. And
then after that, you're gonna do it on Armor.
probably I'm an addict of doing projects, so wouldn't be too far. But
Is
yeah,
this
this is
Sorry,
This
is
is
this part
downtown.
of a? Is this a part of a comprehensive Finnish Defense Forces mod, or just your fun map?
Well, at the moment, it's like a hobby project of mine. If I ever finish this, pun intended, I'm sure it will be combined to that. But I'm learning as I'm going. This is my first map. I went big as per usual, and I'm currently just waiting on Unreal 5 SDK so I can just not have to learn 2 different SDKs.
And
But
turn
yeah,
your CPU into a pile of slag.
yes, but yeah, I have some plans for this map for sure. It's gonna be pretty large scale city map, which is what Squad is definitely not handling very well at the moment. We'll see how it goes on Unreal 5. But yeah, this is what I've. This is like my progress of a couple of weeks. I haven't spent too much on this because I was waiting on Unreal 5 to release, and then it got delayed and delayed again. So yeah, I currently moved a bit to Arma at the moment, but this is my personal project and a little bit, I guess, about the FDF project as a whole. I can talk about a little bit more if we wish.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm just gonna get
What
rid
are
of
we
my.
rocking? RK62s?
Yep.
I have a question. I might have missed it. Are you modeling this after a specific city, or are you just kind of
Yeah,
like
he
coming
is.
up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a real city. It's 1-to-1 at the moment. The scale.
Nice.
5
Love
times 5 kilometers at the moment. But yeah, the FDF project, the Finnish Defense Forces, they have a long history of trying to do a project and not coming out with anything and having a bunch of assets. And this is from Project Reality Times. We used to have, I remember following the forums, it was like 2009, I believe, when they first posted. And it was supposed to come out, or like they worked on it, and it like then we never heard from them at all. And then Arma, Finland, sort of became like it was always a thing, but they did their own Arma project for FDF there, and like the problem with Finnish modding has always kind of been that we never really know how to cooperate. We don't know how to share our knowledge, but we have shared like assets, 3D models between like the different games, and this is the same for our current squad project. We have like in the same Discord, we're working on it. We have people from the project Reality Times, and we have people from the Arma project, sort of just being there and assisting in any way they can. But obviously, it's a hobby project. People have their own lives, and it just takes a long time to do a mod. So it was June of last year when I was like, I wonder how the FTF project is doing. I haven't catch up to it in a while because I've been in their Discord for a long time, and I sort of knew at the time what their like situation was, which was that they're busy with real life, they couldn't post anything. So I was like to Rosa, we were playing some squad on Harju, which is a Finnish map if you don't know. I was like to Rosa, you know that FTF project? They have like those assets just lying around there. Do you mind have a look, like if we can do something? And like Rosa was like, yeah, sure, we'll look into it. Like whatever. And then I actually got excited that, oh, wow, we can actually maybe do this. Because 80% of the work was kind of done at one point of Squad's life. Like an older version of Squad, it was like multiple things were ready, but then SDK changed the whole lot and they kind of lost momentum. So we were like, okay, well, let's try this thing. Let's see where we can help. And then we kind of got into talks with the FTF guys, and at the same time, we had TC, a Tactical Collective, approach FTF at the same time. So we were like, oh, a pair of helping hands. That's never like a bad idea in the modding scene. So we kind of got together last June, decided that let's see how it goes. Let's slowly start working on things, and we had a rough schedule of okay, let's expect something next year, which is this year, because we knew that a lot of the files that we needed were still like on somebody's personal computer just laying around. So it takes a long time to like get things organized. So we gave it a rough schedule that if we can, let's try to get something working by the end of the year of last year, and that's the mainly the KP mine test that can we get it working, and then we were also doing some retexturing and the Finnish uniform models. We kind of restarted the work on that because the SDK once again got updated, so a lot of things kind of changed from when it was last like opened up per se. But yeah, currently we are waiting still for Unreal 5 because a lot of the vehicle things are going to change. The vehicle handlings, not really the models. The models are kind of just there, ready. We might do some texture brushing up, but we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna hopefully get something new to show for people here in SquadOps and the people in FTF Discord and the TC guys. Hopefully at the end of the year, we'll see. But once again, it's a hobby project, as you know, and it's gonna take a little. It's gonna move on its own weight. But yeah. Did I answer your question? I kind of rambled there once again.
No, yeah, that was good.
So Boomhauer is asking if there's a way to make different uniforms for squad.
Yeah, that's part of
Short
the
answer,
model.
yes. Yes.
I mean, we've done it for a variety of different factions at this point. I think the big one that Rosa did was the full 1981, 1984 revamp. Yep. So that's a whole new retexture. But I know we also had a guy at one point that was doing models specifically for the INS faction to kind of revamp their appearance and their look as well. So that is definitely something that can be done. Someone else is asking, Inkki, how is your fire marshal or the fire suppression training or the Finnish equivalent going?
I'm currently doing safety and security studies that has like some relation to that. And it's going all right, but kind of need to got caught up in the working life. Needed to do like a summer job that got extended way out there and got really stuck in the work side of things. But I have a meeting with my teacher soon enough to figure out how I'm gonna finish this thing in like reasonable time.
Fair enough.
A lot of Finnish puns today.
There's a cat for you. He was very insistent on being on the camera. So there you go.
Because he
Way to steal
knows
the
about our Blue
spotlight.
Chew sponsor.
Yep, he's active.
Are there snow maps on Squad that's not base game? Yeah, there's a handful of them out there. We actually have one in our system from I'm gonna butcher his name. Wasty, is that his name?
That sounds right.
He's he's now a dev for OWI, but we have a map of his that's also a snow map that we use from time to time. So yeah, they're definitely out there. They're definitely out there. It's not as like the modding scene for Squad is definitely not as robust as it is for Arma 3, simply because OWI and their methodology of modding is so much more difficult comparatively. Like with developing a
This
map
has a
for Arma
larger-
3. Go ahead, Ozzy.
I was just gonna say, it just has a larger barrier of entry. Once you get in, it's not as bad, but just getting in is difficult.
Like developing a map for Squad, I'm not going to say it's easy, but you start with a blank map and then you can start placing things down as you kind of see that, Appa has done here for his map. With
Yeah.
Arma 3, I started on one. God, what was it? 2 years ago? 3 years ago? 3 years ago? Iwo Jima.
It was
Um,
probably about 2 years ago.
yeah, and I got a map that had kind of already been started by a guy, but it's really it's quite difficult to do because you have to insert all of the different kind of information, right? Just the
Foliage,
base thing, right? So
terrain,
it's the foliage, it's the terrain, it's the elevation heights, it's water, it's all sorts of stuff, and it's difficult. Squad makes some things simultaneously easier and some simultaneously worse, but with Arma 3, I found
Definitely the
that,
water part is horrible, I would say.
yeah, I found with Arma 3, it was much easier to find answers though, because there's so many more people that are already doing the thing that you have resources you can tie into. So
Yeah, I got a shout out.
ironically.
Sorry, yeah, I got a shout out TC Rilettes. I probably wouldn't be doing my map if he wasn't there helping me get it started. Because the whole setting up the mod and knowing the in and outs of the editor, asking things from someone who is more experienced is definitely helpful in Squad if you're doing your own map. And in Arma, definitely there's a whole lot more people you could ask and a lot more videos how to do things. That makes it easier. But yeah, I don't have personal experience with doing a map project in Arma, but yeah, I would assume that Squad has the thing a bit more mainstreamed because of the way they do things. But
yeah,
obviously a bit more limited, I would say.
that's fair. What other questions do you guys have for him, Salt?
You put me on the spot. I was not ready.
You look so ready to ask a question.
All right,
Go
we'll
ahead.
circle back. Frost, what you got, buddy?
I really don't have any questions right now.
I can answer a question in the chat. Well, you kind of answered snow maps. Unreal 5 should make it a little bit more easier to have like better
Weather.
looking snow. No, but like better looking like reflections and that sort of things that make snow look more natural. The whole engine is more better suited for that.
Instead of just white shit on the ground. I gotcha.
Yeah, essentially. Watch, yeah. I've yet to see like a game do snow properly. I think Red Dead Redemption, which I've started playing on the PC, does it the closest, but it's essentially like you're walking on white shit that's like modifying when you walk on it, doing footprints, but it's still not snow.
Last of Us 2 is pretty
Yeah.
good.
That's
There's some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great mechanical game, but the story is a bit lackluster. But I'm gonna see how they're gonna let me down in the live action version. This will be fun.
Yeah, I need to play the games before I do season 2. I've spoiled myself, obviously. Still, I know what happens, but for those who don't know,
Season
let's
1
not
is
spoil it. Yeah, season 1 is definitely good.
I think it was good enough. The season 1 was good enough that it brought people in who had no idea about the game, no interest in the game whatsoever, and were like, "I am now invested in this world. This is really cool."
Yeah,
and it's it's one of the best takes on how to do zombies. Like, cool fungal infection. Oh no,
Mm.
that's scary. It's in the air. That's scary. They
This
run.
could happen
That's
to us.
scary. Yeah.
Well, you didn't like The Walking Dead that dragged on for 8 seasons after the story was basically over?
I think it's
I
27
didn't.
seasons now.
I know
Ugh.
it's
And
after
2
Yeah.
the
spin-offs.
story.
3 spin-offs?
Yeah,
It's more than
lot.
2 spin-offs. There's The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, Those Who Remain, the one in France.
The
I'm
one
probably missing
Daryl has his
one.
own now,
what?
right?
Yeah, that's the one in
Daryl
France.
is, yeah.
France, yeah.
How did he get to France?
We
I
don't
don't
ask
know.
questions. We don't want
Oh,
the
Somehow
answers
they
to.
found it.
Whatever,
Somehow they
okay.
found enough fuel to get a
Yeah.
boat going
No,
to go all the way
so
across the planet.
now they've essentially rebuilt society at this point. It's just a medieval feudal society of lords and barons, and there's sheriffs and stuff. Oh yeah, there's the one with Negan where they go to New York. So that's 5. Fucking yeah, and each of them have like 3 seasons each. It's just like Jesus. They're really milking it.
I
Yeah.
think I stopped at like season 3. I have no idea what you're talking about. I know about the
Yeah.
baseball
I
bat guy,
remember-
but that's
remember the
because of
first-
memes, I think.
I
remember the premiere.
I stopped watching when they killed Glenn. That was when I stopped watching.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Dang.
spoilers, bro.
Spoiler
He
alert.
didn't know.
Okay.
He didn't
It's been
know.
6 years. If you haven't watched it, go fuck yourself.
I think
I
when
I
they
remember
kicked
the
that
first
infected,
episode
when I was,
when it premiered, watching that on like Halloween night on like
Yeah,
2012 or 2011 or something like that.
yeah.
That first episode was so freaking good. It was
Mhm.
fantastic. And then it just went over time. But
They
yeah,
were.
the
The
first-
first,
and
the
yeah.
first 2 seasons were pretty phenomenal, and then it kind of
Yeah.
went downhill from there.
the
Hey, I see
reboot.
I see a
the reboot, the
question
spin-off
related to
feed-
Squad on the chat, by the way. Just nudge,
well,
nudge.
let's answer that. This isn't a Walking Dead.
Well, I do
podcast.
have another question here, and this is coming from YouTube side, so I want to ask this one. Bakbu would like to know why Appa chose the name Appa. Does it mean the obvious ape or something else?
That's a good question, actually. I have a boring answer, and I have an answer I've tried to prepare for people who ask my name. I think the boring answer is the name means more to other people than it means to me, because, for example, the name means different things in different languages, and also I don't know why, but a lot of people, for example, in Reforger are like, "Hey, how's Aang doing?" Because apparently I'm the flying bison, which is not spelled the same way, by the way.
Ah,
Americans.
yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
It's with 2 A's in anyway, and
Yep.
also like in like Hungarian and Russian, I believe it's like father, which is funny, and in Swedish is ape, yeah, and American pale ale, and also the APA citing system that I have to use in university. That's kind of ironic. But yeah, no, it's, to me, it doesn't really mean anything because I stole it from my brother. But I've used the nickname now for longer than he has, so I basically just stole it. It's his
Oh.
initials as well. Yeah,
Mm.
sort of like that. But to me, I think why I like the nickname is because it means more to other people than what it means to me.
Fair. And Inkki, how did we settle on Inkki?
It's the family had a lizard back in the day, and the name was kind of
A chameleon,
Like-
one might say.
this was a skink, this first one. So
Okay.
like Inkki came from skink, but a little bit finished up and like
Inkky the
taking a
Skinky.
name form. Yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
guess, okay,
Fair enough.
fair enough.
Since we're doing naming conventions here, Frost, how did you settle on your name?
I've been asked this so many times, and to be honest, I have absolutely no idea how I ended up with this name. Just
Because it used to be XXX underscore uwu Frost uwu XXX underscore, right?
yeah, so
360
Phoenix's
no
fault.
scope.
It was
So yeah, that's
XXX
Phoenix's
underscore
fault.
Frost
Yeah, that
1337.
was definitely Phoenix with not wanting long names, and I was like, "Oh, I got something for you." No, where did it come from? I couldn't tell you. That's just somehow it happened, and it's what I stuck with. So
Ozzy.
I was a young lad and I loved Star Wars and I was Australian. And therefore I was like, yo, I'm a Aussie Wookiee.
You
And
couldn't
then,
go with the Aussie Jedi. I mean, that's a little too on the nose.
no, because Jedi are just, religious fanatics. It'd be like, it's
Not-
like,
Hmm.
if,
That's fair. You
yeah,
also
if you're,
probably think
if
the
you're,
Empire were the good guys too. I get it.
There
well,
are
first
no
off,
religious.
they were elected, okay? Secondly,
duly elected.
I love
it's
democracy.
duly elected, double elected, and yeah. And I feel like if you're in the Star Wars universe and you're like, yeah, I'm an Aussie Jedi, it's like the same as saying like, ah, cool, like I commit Aussie jihad. Just it's like, aren't you the guys who blew up that space station? Didn't you guys blow up a planet? Well, a planet of terrorists, but let's not get in.
Mhm.
You know, what came first, right?
Semantics.
Yeah. The plane or the tower falling down? How about
Yeah.
everyone relax? Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, fire.
Just a Game of Thrones reference I thought up.
Mhm.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. It was Fire Ray Halor for a long time. And then, like we said, we tried to shorten everything down, just to make it easier. So just turned into Fire.
Okay. All right. And what about salt?
Well, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty pasty. So family friends called me Cracker because I'm pasty white, and little 8-year-old me is like, someone might decide I'm racist. I'm not racist. So I was like, crackers, saltine crackers, and then it came into Saltin Man, and then people just short my name to Salt. So
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm
Salt.
surprised 8-year-old you was worried about being racist.
Yeah, look at me now.
Yeah, because you don't care now.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's not true.
You were
I,
happy when you got the Tesla. You actually went out and bought one
it's-
specifically after everything that was occurring.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Now's my time.
So-
you gotta support,
To-
Yeah.
clean
Freedom of
energy.
speech.
I'm bold, dude. I know you got to support.
To lean on your cracker thing, Frost, you know Fayetteville. I'm sure you've been there a time
oh
or
yeah,
two.
yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
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 So you're well aware of certain areas of Fayetteville that you probably, as a white man, that dresses the way that you shouldn't travel to. Correct.
Yeah. Yep. Never
Yep.
going on the merch, what we call
Yep.
it. Yep.
Yep. So a buddy of mine, we were house sitting out in Fayetteville for about a week, and the other buddy of mine that we were kind of split rolling. So I was working nights, he was working days. So I would go during the day, spend the night at the house, and then he would flip when he got off work and come swap with me. He lost the dog. The dog's name was Cracker. It was a pug.
Oh
It got
no!
out of the house, and we were about 2 blocks down from the merch, and I'd drive around in a lifted 81 Chevy pickup truck with loud exhaust as a very, very large white man yelling cracker out the window of my pickup truck driving through Fayetteville. It was a lovely time.
Yeah,
It was a lovely
Blended
time.
right in.
Yeah. That's a good one there. Yeah.
Perfect. Culper, you used to be Total War, and now you are Culper. How did you get Total War, and then how did you change to Culper?
Yeah, that's a interesting story. I was a big Total War fan. Before I had a PC or actually a Mac computer, I used to watch Total War, Napoleon Total War videos all the time.
Mm.
And then when I got a Mac, I started making videos, Napoleon Total War videos.
My enemies
Play-
are many.
And then I joined
Should we play-
SquadOps in like 2018, and I had the name, and it wasn't an issue until I came back to the community last year, and Phoenix was running down the hill, and he said, "Hey, Total, when are you gonna change your name from a game franchise to something better?" And
Don't because your name
my
is too
Discord
long.
name was Culper already, but my in-game name wasn't,
You just-
and everyone knew
felt
me as
called
Total
out.
War, so I changed my name to Culper in the Discord. and kept Total War HQ kind of in parentheses for about a year. But
Another victim of Phoenix. there.
exactly, but the name Culper, it comes from the from the first American spy ring back in the Revolutionary War, and it's also a TV show, Turn Washington Spies, which back when I was in high school was one of my favorite shows. So
Fair enough. All right. Well, we've done the rundown. We are
Wait,
an
what
hour
about you, bro?
in.
What about
For me,
you?
it's really simple. My last name is Morgan, and I enjoy
Liquor.
rum, as one might say. If you've been around here for any length of time, you know that every New Year's and every April Fools, we have a tradition of changing your name to something different, and I am running out of liquor to change my name to. This year was Don Julio. But yeah, no,
You
it's just
did act
Captain
a
Morgan because
Julio.
I enjoy, I enjoy some delicious rum from time to time. That's it. That's really it.
Can I share a Captain Morgan fact that is quite
Sure.
recent?
Sure.
Related to the rum, not Captain Morgan.
Mm.
I was actually assigned to a fetch quest of getting some Captain Morgan from our state-sanctioned liquor store. But then I realized that it's Easter Friday and the store was closed, so we couldn't get the drink that we wanted to do, and it annoyed me greatly. This is
It's very
my
sad.
yeah, it was very sad. But then we just put some Koskenkorva instead, and it was good enough.
It worked out.
Yeah,
Cuckoo,
Finnish vodka, that is.
I'm not drinking Malort, and I'm not naming myself Malort. It's not it doesn't fit the naming convention. It's got to be 2 words, right?
Major Malort.
Benny's Liquor. All right, I can go with that one.
Everclear Morgan.
General Goldschlager.
Yeah, perfect. So we are going on an hour and 18 minutes. I know you guys are getting past the point of tired and into delirium, so I don't want to keep you here any longer
Time
than you
just
want to be.
flies, Morgan. It just flies.
We can literally see daylight out the window behind you.
Yeah, and
So-
yeah.
Oh
So-
no, it's coming.
What we're gonna have to do? Are you guys still getting the Aurora Borealis there, or is that kind of faded now that winter's coming, hopefully to a close here in the next upcoming months? I know you guys are still probably negative temperatures.
Aurora Borealis.
No, actually, it's 10 degrees plus in the whole week, but
Okay.
which is quite a lot. It's more
it's
of a
been
northern
35
thing.
degrees plus here, so.
Yeah, but it's more of a northern thing. I would say Inkki's region definitely gets that more. But for example, like the autumn, we had some down here in the southeast. But I wouldn't say now that the sun is like a thing in the spring. It's not really that common, no.
Yeah, it's really variable since like the winter days are quite short. Like the sun might be out only 4 to 5 hours, and in summer the sun might be out all day, so you cannot really see anything.
Fair enough.
And
Well,
yes, I do have a window, in fact.
If
right
you end
here.
up catching some Aurora Borealis, I'd like a picture. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so
Sure,
think
I'll
about it.
send you a Google picture. Of,
No. It's not the same.
ChatGPT,
It's
make
the
me a
same
photo
thing.
of,
It's not the same. It's not Hallmark.
Look, it's
from
the
you.
sun, except it's street level and it's right in my face. That's how we do sun in Finland.
That's a
That is
very
true.
annoying streetlight placement.
I don't even think
Yeah.
pictures do it justice. I need to see it in person to really
We were
believe it.
supposed to see it in Maine, and I blame exactly one person. Exactly one person.
The weatherman?
No,
There wasn't any.
we blame one person for that, and one person only. And that's Ace, because fuck
Rachel. No.
Rachel.
Yeah, she's the problem. I am.
Always
I
the
don't.
women.
On the ride back, I gotta admit something here. I think I still was inebriated for till we hit about New York.
You were definitely a little tipsy or something. But
yeah,
you
that
know,
was.
no one would have left at 4 a.m. in the middle of a snowstorm unless you're A little turn.
Inebriated.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
it was
brain.
it wasn't like a light snowstorm either, and we were in the middle of like some back roads, fucking Maine, fresh fucking snow, new as the day is born, and he's just like,
Guess what
"All right,
fucking
guys,
happened? We made it.
we leave at
fucking
4
made it.
a.m." We did. We
Oh,
made
I
it.
don't know.
But damn, that was sketchy for a long time.
You
Yeah,
guys
what
sound
about
like
the plan. The plan is 4 a.m.
Yeah. No, the plan was 4 a.m. Yeah, well,
Yep.
we had to
but
take.
we ain't.
You've lost me.
We ain't adjusting.
You've lost me
We ain't
again.
adjusting.
We had to. No, we had
You're
to
the
wait
two
for, we
brain
had to get
cells
someone to
in
the
my
airport.
brain at the moment, like going.
Yeah.
What is going on? I
monkey
have no
clock.
idea what's going on.
We're talking about our trip that we did to Maine this past
Yeah.
year.
Ah,
Sorry.
I see. Yeah, no, I like. Yeah, I should.
That's all right. I think that is cue to go ahead and wrap this one up
Yeah.
because I can tell that the two of you are this close to just falling asleep at your desk. And we don't
If
want
you visit Europe, don't come here. Go somewhere else.
I mean, I wouldn't say so bluntly, but yeah, stay out of Finland.
that. Is that a threat or like
Stay
don't
out of Finland.
don't
That's
go?
the threat.
It's boring. It's boring.
Okay.
So like,
Yes.
don't
Even if I was going to
finish
come visit you,
yourself.
Inkki, you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I guess you can come to Finland. If I
Can
came, if I come back to Belgium as an example, are you going to come down to visit me just to get out of Finland for a week or what?
Might do. Since like
Belgium? Is that where the French fries are?
I don't know. That's the last place that I was in Europe, aside from
It's where
I lived
French
in
toast
England.
is made.
Which I mean, who wants to go
Oh.
back there?
That's the only place on
If
earth where you can get
I
French
go to
toast.
Finland, can I bring the toolie? Can I bring the Muscatool? Can we go to the gun range?
maybe there's a lot
Maybe?
of gun ranges
Okay.
about though.
Mr.
We're gonna be able to.
Yeah, this is one we're gonna need for later.
I thought I heard that flights to Ukraine were cheap. We could really all catch up there.
Yeah, we can roll up.
Poland, maybe. Poland,
Except
Poland is
for
nice
Poland.
this time of
Actually,
year. Poland
you
is nice
can't-
this time of year.
Incursion
You
to the
can't
eastern
fly
border.
into Ukraine. I don't think, can you?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Poland-
no, flights
Poland
there are
is
cheap.
Poland.
Flights out are.
And if you have your own
It's the same.
pilot, you can fly wherever you want, right?
That's true.
I mean, as long as you have like prayers and
There you go,
chat.
Appa.
All right, let's circle this back. Thank you for the two of you for coming, because I can tell now that the sunglasses have come on and it's still dark out, so we're ready to go. Inkki, Appa, you guys have been wonderful. Thank you for listening to our ridiculous questions and talking with us and chatting about your projects and about who you are as people, about what brought you here. Thank you for staying up to an unreasonable hour. We all appreciate it. We love you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
If you guys want to check us out, those of you that are watching, feel free to join our Discord. Check out the website. You guys can play with Inkki and Appa. I don't know, at least once a month you guys pop on. So come in, hang out.
Reforger. Play
Yep.
Reforger with me. EU friendly times, thank you. That's
I'll
my
be around tomorrow.
PS.
Are you gonna be around tonight?
No, I'm going to sleep, then I'm going to a train, and then I'll be enjoying a lovely Eastern in the western
Okay,
Finland.
well,
I'll be back next week.
I only have holiday weekends because people don't work holiday weekends for some reason. So, we'll figure it
Odd.
out. But thank you guys again for coming out. Inkki, it's been a blessing. Appa has as well. Again, last reminder, check out our website, check out the events coming up for this week. If you guys would like to participate in any of the SquadOps stuff, it's all on the calendar at squadops.gg. Again, we've got an op tomorrow night, we've got an op Wednesday, we've got Super Fob Saturday, and we have Scenario Sunday the following weekend. That's the 26th and 27th. Lastly,
Got the Moomin mug. Holy
once
shit.
again, I'm going to shill for Inkki for the SOT AWS course. If you guys want to come check that out, I'm sure Inkki will actually participate in that one. We'd love to have you. Thank you guys so much. Everybody say bye.
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 And
Mike
remember, folks,
Sponsor.
eat her comfy. You know?